What is up, guys? This is Mateo's 2020 Politics here, and today I am finally back on YouTube. Yes, I've been gone for like 2, 3 weeks, and don't be worried, guys. I do live in New York City. The coronavirus has hit pretty hard, so don't be worried that I'm sick or anything, or I've contracted the virus. I'm actually pretty okay. I've been staying indoors a lot, just going to the store if I have to. And the main reason why I stopped making videos was because I mainly focused on the 2020 presidential election. But due to the coronavirus, it's delayed a bunch of the primaries and the caucuses, so I haven't been able to make videos on the results. So I'll go back to making election predictions. So I have 3 election predictions planned for today, so hopefully I can get all 3 of them out. First up, we have Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. So as I said before, Joe Biden will most likely lose to Donald Trump. He just has gas. He stutters. He just can't finish his sentences. He's kind of sounding low energy all the time. And I'm not a Trump supporter when I say that. I'm a proud Democrat. But even then, I know Joe Biden is a weak candidate. In the past, I've said he'd lose. But just look at how much black support he has. He could actually technically win against Trump. And I used to say that his weakness was default support. People would just say, "Oh, it's Joe Biden, the vice president. I want to support him." But now it's his greatest strength because people go to the polls, they go in and vote, and they see his name's on the board, and they support him. And what's happening, the way to show that he has lots of default support is when you look at the polls for every single state, Medicare for all dominates. All these progressive policies dominate, but Joe Biden still wins them because people are just saying, "Oh, look, it's Joe Biden, the former vice president. I should support him." So could that happen on election day? Could he still have some default support? It wouldn't exactly be the best way to win because it isn't something you should be proud of, just winning with default support. But will it last until the election? So let's get the safe states in. First up, we will do the West Coast. That's where we usually begin because the states are safer over here for each side. So we'll do safe Democratic states. Now what you see is he'll kind of lack in the Rust Belt in those like Latino white states that you need to win in, but he'll do well in some African American populated states. I haven't done this in a while, so it's super strange to get back to it. Hold on, let me just make this a toss up. They don't really have the yellow option anymore. Wait. Nope, they don't have it. That's kind of messed up. So I haven't been here a while, so there's damn it, I haven't been on this website for a while, so there have been lots of changes. I do see one electoral vote. I'm used to the primary season going to Joe Biden in Maine, but I do see Donald Trump winning the other electoral vote. But I'll leave Maine overall as a toss-up. So, other safe blue states. I'll give Joe Biden Virginia. I'll give him New Mexico just because I went to Hillary Clinton. And now, look, I personally believe Joe Biden is weaker than Hillary Clinton just because of the fact that he's like her, but look, she was female, she was quick to her feet, she was at least a good debater. But Joe Biden is an old white man, and some people unfortunately follow identity politics, so he might lack in support because of that. Also, he just isn't really inspiring, so he's actually a bit worse than Hillary Clinton, and has a pretty bad record too, especially with the African American community. But at the same time, he's a bit more progressive than her on the issues. For example, she was against the death penalty. She was just for Obamacare. Joe Biden is for kind of the middle option for healthcare, so it isn't Obamacare or Medicare for all. It's universal healthcare, meaning it's like Obamacare, but everybody is guaranteed. It's a guarantee that everybody will get it. With Obamacare, many people still don't have healthcare, but with universal healthcare, everybody will get it, although it still won't be free. So it's kind of a bit of a compromise. And as you may know, the more progressive, the more populist you are, you win. This was shown on the Republican side in 2016. I mean, Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton because he was more of a populist candidate than she was. I mean, if somebody like Marco Rubio or John Kasich, any of those establishment Republicans, ended up being the nominee, they would have lost against Hillary Clinton. This is the age of populism, not the age of identity politics or centrism. Sorry, I got a bit distracted. So Colorado will probably go for him. I'll leave Nevada as a toss up, but unfortunately, they still don't have the yellow color. Um, I think that's it for Democrats. Now for the state Republican states, I don't really see Joe Biden doing well in Arizona. I really just see him having some white support and a good amount of black support, but nothing much besides that. I'll leave Georgia as a toss up, although I think it'll go to Trump at the end of the video, but I'll still leave it as a toss up. Um, and I'll give Donald Trump Florida. Why was it when they call it Maine? I think it was because it was in my head. So I'll give Donald Trump the majority of. I don't know. I don't know because Hillary Clinton lost. She won Maine overall, right? Very narrowly, and I don't really think Joe Biden can appeal to Northeastern Democrats as much as she could, or white Democrats as much as she could. Um, I don't know. I don't. You know what? I think I'll give Joe Biden Maine, but it'll be by a pretty narrow margin, just because of the fact that Hillary Clinton, her support was, she had minority support. She had Latino support and black support. She didn't really have much white support. Bernie had that in 2016, but she still won Maine, which is a pretty white state. So if Joe Biden, who also does have black support like Hillary Clinton, but has more white support than she has, could he win Maine? And my answer to that is yes, but by a very narrow margin. So everything else here is a battleground. So I'm going to give um, Georgia to Trump. Sorry, this video is kind of long. I didn't plan this out. It's good to see me actually think it through. I will give Ohio to Trump because sure, it does have a relatively high black population, but Joe Biden can't really appeal to those working class voters. You need to be populist to do that. I'm going to. Hmm, I'm thinking about New Hampshire. I'm really thinking about it. I think I'm going to give New Hampshire to Donald Trump. I really think I will. That's because I don't really think Joe Biden has the same appeal to the Northeast than somebody like Hillary Clinton has. And with Joe Biden, because of the fact he has all these gaffes, he just isn't. He's just a bit weaker than Hillary Clinton. I don't really think he'll be able to win New Hampshire. So I am going to skip North Carolina. I do see Joe Biden actually picking up Pennsylvania just because of the fact that he was born there, he's known around there, but also the fact that it has a high black population, so he'll probably do well there. He will probably pick up Minnesota just because of the fact that Hillary Clinton picked it up, but it might be by a narrow margin, and it's generally a blue state. But over in Nevada, I don't really see Joe Biden carrying it. I don't really see Joe Biden carrying Wisconsin or man. I just realized either one of these states will give the election away. So Joe Biden would have to win both of these states in order to beat Donald Trump. Joe Biden would have to only win. Would have to win both of these states to beat Donald Trump. Trump would only need to win one, and he's already president, so it already favors him. I would say that Trump will probably win Michigan, and therefore become president, just because of the fact that you can't really see Joe Biden getting support from working class voters, and you need working class populist support from the Rust Belt in order to win the Rust Belt. So, but I do see Joe Biden actually winning North Carolina. I know it might seem crazy, but just looking at the fact that he just dominated all of a sudden. Damn it, Mateo. I don't have a list, but don't worry. I just don't know why today I'm having trouble speaking. So Joe Biden absolutely dominated in the South, especially the Deep South. The deeper it gets, the better it is for Joe Biden. In on Super Tuesday, on all three Super Tuesdays rather, throughout the 2020 Democratic Party presidential primaries. And in addition to dominating the states in the Democratic primary, he also is known to have lots of black support and generally liked by the South. So I think I would see more Southern voters, even white voters, sympathizing with him. And therefore, because of all the support from the South, I'll narrowly give him North Carolina. So this is my final prediction. Joe Biden 257 to Donald Trump's 281. I do have to say this is more narrow than usual. Usually I make Donald Trump dominate, but when I really thought about Joe Biden having more black support than somebody like Hillary Clinton, more default support, it made me think that he might actually be a strong candidate in Hillary Clinton. Although sure, he's weaker. When you really look into him, he's weaker than Hillary Clinton, but he has more support than her because he's more famous. He has default support. So thank you for watching this video, guys, and I will see you later.